Hello, welcome back. Let's play Star Trek Starfleet Academy as we get into the final episode. So while we may have graduated the academy, we have one assignment left before we get our fleet assignment. So let's go see what that's gonna be today. Ba-ba-da-ba-doo.
Well, I must say I'm impressed. I've never seen a whole team of cadets turn down their postings to continue serving with their training captain.
Congratulations, David. You've drawn a full bridge crew for your mission.
My mission, sir.
We're giving you a chance to test your Meclanti theory in the field.
You'll patrol the neutral zone for 2 weeks looking for the Meclanti. And you have a field promotion to captain.
Thank you, sir.
Captain Kirk thought that your Meclanti simulation deserved more than just a commencement award.
She's been in dry dock for 6 weeks, and she needs someone to put her through her paces.
The Enterprise? I don't know what to say, sir.
And just have her back by midnight and don't scratch the paint.
Captain, the Enterprise is hailing us. We have permission to come aboard.
Mr. Sturck, right over here. Ensigns Karn and Acton. The hell? Ensign McGee? Communications?
Aye, sir.
Mr. Brady? Engineering's right over there.
Thank you, sir. I can't believe this. I've been studying this all my life.
We've heard that before. Mr. Forrester. The command chair.
Aye, sir.
Go on, Captain. Take her out.
Helmsman, impulse power.
That is right. We are commanding the USS Enterprise NCC 1701A. We'll just make a save right here. Hopefully we won't need it. Crew rating should be the same since we're out of the academy. This is what we graduated with. This is what we get. So let us take on our task.
Captain's log. Stardate 0000.2. My first patrol with my new ship and my old crew has gone very well. We're serving as an advanced scout ship for the USS Truong. We've been patrolling near the neutral zone for over a month now, searching the most recently destroyed Federation colony. Still no sign of the Meclanti. Despite the gravity of our mission, I can't help feeling slightly excited.
Captain, the USS Truong is late.
All right.
Hail the Truong. Scan for them.
No sign of it on long-range scans.
Hail the Truong.
No answer on any subspace channel.
What was the Truong's most recent destination?
The Truong was headed for the Federation colony on Javic 6.
Korn, set a course for Javic 6.
Course laid in, Captain.
All right, we can look up Javic 6 real quick here. Except it's not in the database. Perfect. Alright, go to yellow alert, shields up just in case. And Miss Acton, take us there maximum warp. I do want to point out that Forrester's star date is completely ridiculous and probably wrong.
There is nothing unusual to report, Captain.
We've arrived in the Javic system. No sign of the Truong. Captain! I'm tracking some debris in orbit around the Javic 6.
Alright, half impulse. Sturek, scan the debris.
The debris is from a Federation ship, the USS Truong.
It's been ripped to shreds.
That means we're alone with the Meclanti. Why didn't we receive a distress call?
It is probable that the force of the Meclanti attack destroyed the Truong before they could react.
Can you follow the Meclanti energy signature?
Yes. The Meclanti energy trail is on a heading of 116 Mark 8, toward the neutral zone.
Course laid in, Captain.
Alright, hail Javic
I'm
6.
not picking up any communication signals from Javic 6 colony or the USS Truong.
David, the colony has been destroyed. There are no life signs on Javic 6.
All those people.
There are deep craters punched into the planetary crust. It's consistent with the Meclanti attack.
So the Meclanti can't be very far from here.
Alright, Miss Acton. Follow the plotted course, maximum warp. Let's see if we can catch up with them.
Scanners detecting an unknown ship. It is in Federation space, heading toward the Klingon neutral zone at warp factor 9. The energy pattern is consistent with the Meclanti.
At that speed, we can only hope to catch it if it stops.
The Meclanti ship has just crossed into the neutral zone.
Damn it, we're so close!
Damn it! Damn it, Korn! Set coordinates! Follow the Meclanti into the neutral zone. I will take full responsibility. Damn it! Break off the chase. We'll monitor it from the border. We can't enter the neutral zone.
Well, nothing we can do.
I'm picking up a distress call, Captain. It's from the Klingons.
On screen.
This is Klingon Research Station, board Chart 7 on Kurat 1. We are under attack by an alien vessel. This is Commander 4, calling any ship. We are a medical facility researching pediatric wasting disease and Jorkot. We're isolated from all Klingon planets and have 10,000 innocent young here.
Don't answer them. Magia, hail the Klingon. Magia, contact that station. We hear you, Commander Vor.
Federation?
I'm Captain Forrester of the USS Enterprise.
You must assist us.
I'm on my way, Commander Vor. Sorry, we don't help the enemy. We'd like to, but we can't enter the neutral zone.
Our planetary defenses were not made to fight this beast. I beg you, enter our space and aid us.
I'm on my way, Commander Vor. How could a Klingon ask for help from the Federation?
Well, it sounds like permission to me, and we're not going to be rude and
How
and
could a
insult
Klingon?
his honor.
I'm on my way, Commander Vor.
I will bear full responsibility for your rescue mission. Board out.
Captain, this could be a trap.
That is possible. A facility such as Vor described could be a Klingon stratagem to prey on Federation compassion.
No. No, I think Commander Vor sounds genuinely desperate.
I agree with Magia. Like Sun Tzu's 33rd strategy says, use your enemy's agents against them.
Hey, all that studying paid off.
Magia, hail Commander Vor and tell him that we're on our way. It's too risky. We'll just have to wait for another chance. Magia, hail Commander Vor and tell him that we can't help him. Magia, send Starfleet a message with a data recording of Vor's invitation. Korn, set coordinates for Vor's location.
Data recording sent, Captain.
Course laid in, Captain.
Alright, let's proceed. Maximum warp. Alert, all hands to battle stations. It is difficult to make sense of these readings. Meclanti's
There's
energy
the Meclanti. Big as life.
The Meclanti continues to fire on Karat 1. They're not doing anything else we can mimic.
McGee hailed him.
No answer. The Meclanti ship is continuously broadcasting signals, but the universal translator can't decipher a word of it.
As we suspected, David, the Meclanti live in their own semantic world. We have no common point of reference to translate their language.
Horn switch phasers to low power. Target the planet. Set weapons targeting the manual.
The Meclanti continues to fire on Karat 1. They're not doing anything else we can mimic.
Alright, let's put our theory into practice. But yeah, Sturk is basically
The
saying...
Meclanti continues to fire on Karat 1. They're not doing anything else we can mimic. Captain, the Meclanti ship has stopped bombarding the planet. It's turning to face us.
It appears we have gained its attention.
I suggest that we continue to mimic the Meclanti's actions. Fascinating. The Meclanti is turning its secondary weapons towards us.
Alright.
There's clearly a new pattern in the Meclanti's broadcasts.
I suspect that the message concerns us and our actions. Magia and I will attempt to connect their words to our actions.
Switch photons to manual.
Captain, the Meclanti has ceased firing.
The Meclanti broadcast has changed again.
I hypothesize that the Meclanti are talking to themselves about our behavior. McGee and I will now attempt to fit the new message to our actions.
The more our ship mimics the Meclanti's actions, the more we reach into their semantic world. The deeper we enter their world, the better our chance of actually communicating.
There is nothing unusual to report,
All right.
Captain.
Proceed
Captain,
towards
the
the planet.
Meclanti ship is now moving toward the planet.
1/5 impulse. 30% impulse.
Captain, the Meclanti ship is moving away from the planet.
Bring us away from the planet. Maintain 30% impulse.
Captain, McGee and I have made several connections between the Meclanti actions and the Meclanti words.
We know the basic Meclanti terms for stop, start, fly, ship, shields, energy, planet, star, shoot, damage, wound, and debris. We can also communicate numbers and relative distance.
Now that we have entered their semantic world, we should be able to engage in rudimentary communication.
Hail them, McGee.
You, Meclanti.
No. You, Meclanti. We are the Starship Enterprise. Yes. We're a Meclanti too. Sturek, I thought you said you could translate their language. Suspend communication for a minute, McGee. That's a bit too rudimentary. What's he saying, Sturek?
Do they think we're another Meclanti?
Possibly. But it's more likely that we simply cannot isolate their word for themselves from their word for us.
True. After all, both our ships are performing the same actions.
Yes. We're a Meclanti too. Start communications again, McGee. Meclanti. We are the Starship Enterprise.
One Meclanti, one Enterprise, one planet.
Yes. One Meclanti, one Enterprise, one planet. That would be an accurate accounting. Sturk, can you help with this? Yes. One Meclanti, one Enterprise, one planet.
Now we gotta keep in mind the words we can translate, which is very few, so our speech is going to be very broken and very caveman-like for a while.
Captain, this is helping. The more we communicate, the easier it gets to decipher their transmissions.
Meclanti flies. Enterprise flies. Meclanti shoots. Enterprise shoots.
All this communication is getting us nowhere. Meclanti, stop damaging the planet. Sturk, what does that mean? Meclanti shoots, Enterprise shoots, Meclanti flies, Enterprise flies.
Enterprise. Meclanti. Meclanti. Enterprise.
Enterprise, Meclanti, Meclanti, Enterprise.
We're missing some important words here.
The transmission streams show that the Meclanti are comparing themselves to us. We are attempting to isolate the phrases.
Got it. We've got their logical operators.
We have interpreted the elegant logical structure that informs the Meclanti's cybernetic intelligence.
He means that we can now understand words like and, or, and not.
The Meclanti think that everything else in the universe is random, because nothing else behaves according to their precise understanding of logic. And they have no compunction about destroying anything they deem random.
I've interpreted the Meclanti message, Captain. I'm putting it on screen.
Enterprise is Meclanti, but Meclanti is not Enterprise.
Yes, Enterprise is Meclanti, but Meclanti is not Enterprise. Enterprise is not Meclanti. That still makes no sense, Zurich. Yes, Enterprise is Meclanti, but Meclanti is not Enterprise.
Meclanti not random, and Enterprise not random.
Meclanti, you must stop damaging the planet. Right, Meclanti not random and Enterprise not random.
Star is random.
Interesting. Yes, Meclanti. Stars are random. Enough of this cozy chit-chat. Meclanti, stop damaging the planet. Interesting. Yes, Meclanti. Stars are random.
Planet is random.
Yes, planets are random. No, planets are not random. The planet Karat 1 is not random.
Planet shoots random. Planet flies random.
So now we gotta get through their thick skulls that the planet is also full of people.
That doesn't matter. The planet Karat 1 is not random. That doesn't matter. Meclanti not damage random planet, or Enterprise damage Meclanti. Meclanti not damage random planet.
Meclanti damaged Planet Karat 1. Planet Karat 1 is random. Meclanti not wound Enterprise. Enterprise is not random.
Fascinating. The Meclanti see a distinction between objects which are damaged and beings which are wounded.
Shooting the planet Karat 1 wounds the planet. Meclanti stop wounding planet Karat 1. Meclanti stop damaging planet Karat 1. Meclanti stop wounding planet Karat 1.
Planet Karat 1 is energy.
Planet Karat 1 is not energy. You want energy? What about energy? You want energy?
Meclanti wants energy. Planet energy. Enterprise energy.
Fascinating. The Meclanti learned to express the concept of want after you use the word. Now that we have entered their semantic world, they have gained the ability to enter ours.
Well, that's good. Let's see.
Robin, can we give the Meclanti some energy? Wait, you want Enterprise energy? No, not Enterprise energy. No, not Enterprise energy. Enterprise energy wounds Meclanti. Robin, can we give the Meclanti some energy?
The Meclanti ship has energy conduits all over its exterior and energy processing units inside it. I can send a controlled energy burst into one and see if they can process it.
Do it. Meclanti, Enterprise energy is Meclanti energy. That sounds too risky. Meclanti, Enterprise energy, not Meclanti energy. Do it. Meclanti, Enterprise energy is Meclanti energy.
Feeding controlled energy bursts into the Meclanti energy conduit.
Energy. Enterprise energy is Meclanti energy.
The Meclanti ship has accepted the energy transfer. The Meclanti ship is successfully processing the energy burst.
Sensors show that the Meclanti is creating new molecular pathways in the metal of their ship. They are increasing their neural capacity.
So they're actually getting smarter?
More accurately, they are building into themselves the capacity to interpret our language.
Meclanti less wounded. Meclanti wants planet to stop wound forever.
The Meclanti need a planet with the proper mineral content to survive.
Judging from the energy transference, the Meclanti need a planet rich in heavy metals and dilithium crystals.
Dilithium crystals are too valuable to just give away. Meclanti, we can't give you a planet. Good. Meclanti, we can give you a home planet.
Enterprise is good.
Alright. Uh-oh. Hail the Klingons, Magia.
No response.
Captain, Klingon ships decloaking. 2 birds of prey and 1 D7.
I'm too busy to try to explain all this to Klingons. Hail them, Magia.
Hailing channel open.
You have violated Klingon space. Prepare to be destroyed.
If you want to fight, you've got to fight. Wait, we're here on the authority of Commander Vor.
My communications officer has informed me your permission is valid. You may stay if you wish and witness us destroy this monster.
Thank you. But we have the means to get this alien out of Klingon space.
That monster murders everything in its path. It must die.
We'll fight to protect that alien ship. We can communicate with the aliens. We can stop their rampage without harming the Klingon colony.
This is a Federation trick. That ship is a war machine.
Magia, I'd show you how we communicate with the alien ship, but it's a Federation secret. Magia, transmit all data on the Meclanti to the Klingons.
Transmitting. All data sent.
Interesting. This thing is a simpleton. We understand why you would wish to take it out of Klingon space.
Horn,
Captain, both birds of prey are warping out of the system. The D7 is flying towards the sun.
Commander Vor is hailing us again.
On screen. Ignore it! I have no time! On screen.
Those vermin, those honorless cowards, they would slaughter my innocent children to satisfy their lust for vengeance.
Alright, what's the deal, Vor?
Sorry, Vor. You're on your own. Vor, how does the D7 intend to destroy the Meclanti?
The D7's left warp wing is outfitted with a fusion disruptor, a device that creates solar flares. If the D7 flies into the sun, it will incinerate all life in the solar system. You have little chance of outrunning it.
Magia, cut communications with the Klingon and tell the Meclanti to follow us. We're getting out of here. Meclanti, help me destroy those ships. We've got to stop that D7 without involving the Meclanti.
Alright, full impulse. Target the D7. And fire when ready, Cord. Alright. Stay with them. Alright, they want to play bumper cars, huh?
Repairs on the ship's vaporized.
Alright, how's our damage look, Brady?
Captain's log, mission summary. We succeeded in destroying the D7 without involving the Meclanti. We saved the Meclanti and kept them out of the tensions between the Klingons and the Federation. We also saved Commander Vor's hospital. Not bad for a day's work.
As you were. I knew you could do it. You not only met our expectations, but you far exceeded them. Congratulations.
Your analysis of the Meclanti anti-electron matrix has moved our cybernetics program ahead by decades.
Oh, by the way, Chancellor Gorkin of the Klingon High Council called. He says your courage has shown just how archaic the neutral zone has become. I'm not sure I agree with him, but that's quite an admission from a Klingon. Gentlemen, here's to the future of Starfleet and the next generation of captains who will lead them there.
Here. Space. The final frontier. These are the continuing voyages to seek out new life and new civilizations, and to boldly go where no one has gone before.
All right, well, that is Star Trek Starfleet Academy. And now we can see some pictures from, from the studio while they were developing it. But yeah, so we saved the day. We saved the Klingon colony. Unfortunately, we are too late to save the Truong or the Federation colony, but at least now more lives will be spared. We managed to avoid a diplomatic incident with the Klingons in the process of saving their colony, although we did have to destroy their cruiser. And now we have an ally in the form of the Meclanti, since it sounds like we saved their life. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm just laughing at some of the posters and action figures they have there. But I don't know why the Meclanti were so low on energy. Maybe they went through some sort of phenomena that deposited them here far away from their home or something. But, at least we're able to help them. I could tell this mission was a little underfinished, let's say. It is very buggy and very particular about what you do. If you try to do this on your own, well, for one, there was Sturck's voice line, or a line about the Meclanti ship, which wasn't even voiced. Maybe they recorded the file and just didn't link it properly, or it's possible they didn't even record the line to begin with. Either is possible. And to be frank, I don't feel like digging through the files to find out which is which, because it's not that big of a deal. But also, the scripting for this mission is very, very, very particular. If you do anything wrong, the Klingons just immediately decloak and fuck your shit up, and the Meclanti starts fucking your shit up too. So, like, the process I was following is the exact process you have to follow, as far as I know. And there's a few people that have tested variations. I don't know which is which. I saw one post say you had to fire phasers and torpedoes with the keyboard rather than the joystick. I saw another saying you had to do it after Sturck's voice line has completed in its entirety. Obviously, you can only fire one phaser at a time. I would occasionally hold down the trigger too long and fire off two bursts, which would then call in the Klingons. You need phasers on disabling. You need to have the planet targeted while shooting at the planet, and the Meclanti targeted while shooting towards the Meclanti, but not at the Meclanti. But if you get past that, then it's easy enough to follow the rest of their actions, as you saw, and then you can enter into dialogue with the Meclanti, which is actually, it's pretty easy to figure out. You're mostly just repeating back to them to show that you aren't random, and then once you have enough language developed, telling them, hey, shooting the planet is bad, don't shoot us. Oh, you want energy, we'll give you energy, we'll help you. And just basically letting Starfleet's philosophy and the Federation's philosophy guide you through the mission. So, if you can get past all the bugs and stuff, it's an easy mission, because you can see that D7 barely even fights back. So, we didn't take any damage from what I was able to quick glance before it changed the scene on us. But overall thoughts about the game, this is probably one of the greatest Star Trek games in general, and one of the greatest interplay games in particular for Star Trek. The only competition this really has from interplay is, I would say at least, is Judgment Rights 25th Anniversary, both of which I've played on this channel, and Klingon Academy. And here you can see the full cast. Yes, they did get William Shatner and George Takei and the guy who plays Chekhov. Fuck, I forget his name. Walter Koenig. That's right. In there. But those are like the four best Star Trek games from the interplay, in my opinion. And honestly, some easily make the list of top Star Trek games, period. The music is obviously great. It has a very Star Trek feel, but almost none of it is actual licensed Star Trek music. This is all stuff they came up with. So, I mean, their composer did an amazing job. Obviously, they did an amazing job with the cinematics, given the time and budget of the period, and the technology. The gameplay is pretty solid. It really just needs some scripting and bug cleanup, and it'd be perfect. Um, and as far as the missions go, they're a little combat heavy for my taste. As far as like, because when you watch Star Trek on TV, it's pretty rare actually that they use their phasers and their photon torpedoes. A little less rare for their shields, but combat is rare. And while in a sense, all the anti-piracy missions are certainly realistic, I think, in my opinion, or not realistic, but plausible, I guess maybe is the best word. Because obviously managing an interstellar nation like the Federation, all that empty space, you're going to be spending a lot of force on anti-piracy, to keep commerce flowing. But we did get some science missions in there, some diplomatic missions in there. You had a B diplomatic, brought to you by the number 296323. Huh. That's an inside joke I'll probably never get. But yeah, other than that, it's a little combat heavy, which I guess in a sense makes sense because of you got to remember this is during the Cold War, essentially between the Federation and the Klingon Empire, in the years leading up to Star Trek 6. So, they've already fought one war with the Klingons. A second was only aborted because of the Organian Peace Treaty, and they're prepping for a third, which fortunately gets averted. But so the heavy emphasis on combat, I guess, does make sense. Forrester is going to have a hell of a Starfleet career. First off, with all his Academy accolades, he got promoted to lieutenant commander right out of the gate instead of ensign. So that'll shave like a decade off of his efforts to get a command. And then on top of that, he got a month commanding the Enterprise and did all this. So, see me. He is going to have an amazing career ahead of him. But yeah, this is one of the greats that managed to do a pretty good blend of combat, diplomacy, science, exploration, something that ends up being lacking in future Star Trek titles. The Activision titles focus almost exclusively on combat. I think they had one puzzly-ish game or two, but yeah, most of the other Star Trek games are very combat heavy, which, I mean, I get it that video games tend to lend themselves towards combat, but it's just kind of not what Star Trek's about, right? At least most of them have the sense to, set themselves in the Dominion War or something to that effect for that. But yeah, this is definitely a game I would love to see a remake or a remaster of, either or. Obviously, if you just update the visuals, maybe even replace the cinematics with 3D graphics, because again, they did a very excellent job, I think, for the time. The resolution's tiny, potentially even for the time. I think they should have been able to squeeze out 1024 by 768, but I think they locked it in because of that use of cinematic, that combination of like cinematic and 3D technology, like on the bridge where we have all the crew members are at their stations doing their motions. That's all live action, and it's just superimposed over the 3D environment of the game. So, and especially with how far rendering has come these days, you could probably render a person and they'd look better than these guys do on this compressed video. It's super compressed 640 by 480, but just reverse engineer this, put it on a modern engine, just do it all in 3D, dispense with live action, and that would be decent enough for a remaster, I think, or even a full remake. Draw this out more, include Chekhov's missions, finish Chekhov's missions, add more missions. I think you could definitely, even have add stuff where you have to go to classes, more interactions with teammates, which on the teammates, I felt like most of the teammates got okay levels of development. Excuse me. Corrins was a little and Brady's were a little front ended. Well, McGee's was a little back ended. Um, what with the Vanguard and whatnot, and the colony on Mycia. But then Stark and Acton didn't really get any development. Like Acton has that one scene where she's arguing with Korn and you tell him to break it up, and that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, she comes back and complains about Korn again. Most of her problems were with Korn. Um, and then she complained, I think, about Brady and Faith Gage or something. But like she got very little development. She just complains a bit in the beginning and then she's just kind of there. So I wish they would have given her more development. I feel sorry for that. Sturrock gets screen time but not necessarily development. 'Cause obviously he's working on the project, you rescue him, you continue to work with him on the project, you clear his name, but he doesn't develop. He just goes on doing Vulcan things. He doesn't really learn anything as a character, which maybe that's okay. I mean, I guess in a sense it's kind of very Vulcan like, but it would have been nice to see a little more casual interaction with Sturrock. But yeah, that's generally my thoughts for the game. We'll be taking a break from Star Trek for a little bit. I think I have an idea of what I'm going to put in the slot next. But we will be continuing with more Star Trek later, eventually. So look forward to that. We'll probably be maybe doing the either Starfleet Command or Klingon Academy next. Not sure which route I want to go. But yeah, that'll be sometime in the future. So until then, thank you all for watching and stay tuned for next time and stay safe out there and we'll see you then.